Use Process Period End on the Activities menu under General Ledger to select activities performed at the end of a fiscal period. The three main activities are printing reports, purging data, and closing the fiscal period. When you select Process Period End, the system displays the oldest open period by default. You can change the accounting period, however, you can only print period end reports regardless of the period selected in Setup GL options. The reports are printed using the closing period end date. You can elect to print reports by selecting the Print Reports checkbox and going into Select Reports. You can print all of them, some of them, or none of them. This could be apart from your closing. You can also elect to purge General Ledger data. That will happen when you close the period, but if you want to do that beforehand, you can do that as well. If you close the period and it's the end of the fiscal year, and you have not previously defined the next fiscal year, the system will automatically create the accounting periods for the next fiscal year based on what you had in your existing current year. If you have posted amounts to a future fiscal year, the system automatically creates the fiscal year at that time. We recommend that you define your future periods prior to closing the end of the year. If the system does create the fiscal period, you'll be asked whether you want to create your budget if you've set that up in your setup options. After closing a period, you can no longer post to that period. However, you can reopen a closed period by changing the status to open in Setup Fiscal Calendar. This allows for situations that you might need to make adjustments to a prior period or fiscal year once it has been closed. After you've made those adjustments, you're going to want to reprint all of your reports and then close the period. If a fiscal year has been defined in the future, Mass 500 General Ledger will allow you to enter any transaction into any future defined period and fiscal year.